I wanted a job in 1955, and I thought that's it. So I'm here ever since.
And what was it like back in 1955? How did you get to Manchester?
Well, I come on the boat like everybody else, you see, and Galway, there was no jobs there, so I had to go.
And what was your situation like at home, I suppose, in Cartmore? Was there many of you in it, or was it the kids that had them?
Farmers, you see, so there was 9 of us, you know, so it was time went to go, wasn't it?
And tell us a little bit about your life here from the 1950s onwards. What were you working at and how did you enjoy it?
Oh, I loved it, because I was on the glaze and, you know, on the glass boat, and I was travelling all over the country, you know, and you get your digs paid for and all that, you see. So I really enjoyed it, you see. So then I settled down like everybody else, and so that's what happened.
And tell us about the music, because you have a great grow for the traditional Irish music.
Yeah. Well, I just picked it up as I went along. I never had a lesson or anything. You know, so you know, I like Jimmy Shandon Scotland, so I tried to you know, learn a bit of him, you see. But I just picked it up here, there, and a bit here and a bit there.
And what's the music scene like in Manchester?
Oh, it's not too bad at all. It's very good. You know, the pubs are, you know, there's always something happening. So, but it's not as good as it used to be. You know, because the generation is dying away.
Well, you're a fantastic man to have kept the Irish culture and the music alive.
I come from County Galway. In a small village called Calray, between Tuam and Dermore. And it was like a lot of the people at that time, work wasn't very plentiful, so we had to move. So I come over here in '59. Myself and another lad called Tom Tierney. And we took it from there, you know, and then I was serving my time to classroom before I come, 2.5 years, and I took it up here then through my dad and finished it off here. And then I met my wife, my sweetheart, and fell in love, and got married in 1964, bought a first house for £2,750. Can you believe that? When you tell them today, like, that you bought a house for that price, I find it hard to believe I've bought it myself, you know. But that's how it was, like, and life has been good to me.
With getting a lot of young Irish who are coming in now for help, like years ago, they're now very educated, the young Irish that are coming over, whereas like in my mum and dad's like day, they maybe weren't that, you know, sophisticated as they are now, but still, they're arriving in a city where they know nobody, and you know, it's very lonely when you're coming from somewhere. I mean, I'm like Boxford, you imagine coming from Boxford to a big town like Manchester and knowing nobody, it's like awful, you know, it really is. So you know, at least we can just tell them, you know, where there's a GAA club, or, you know, where the Irish Centre is, anything, just to kind of kick them up with people from home.
Since the last time you were here, Piers, unfortunately, you know, we have lost several members, you know, and that's very much a downside. One of the ladies that spoke to you, unfortunately, she has passed away since, but her friends, they were chatting about, they wanted me to do a trip to Ireland last year, and you know, unfortunately it wasn't the right time, but you know, we have since planned the trip to Ireland, but unfortunately our Lady Maisie isn't with us anymore. We are going to the Park Hotel in Colchimar on the 14th of May. We're staying for a week. We're going to Achill Island on the Wednesday the 15th. We've arranged a meet up with St Coleman's from Achill. There will be a tea dance arranged with the over 50s group in Achill and our over 50s group from Manchester, which we are very much looking forward to. And on the Thursday the 16th we're going to see Pat Lavelle at Knox Shrine. So, you know, all aspects of people's welfare are taken care of, the spiritual as well as the social.
And talk to me about the numbers that are travelling and the age profile.
I think the average age is well over 70. We are hoping to have 70 people on the trip with us. You know, there's quite a few extremely lively ladies that are over 80 and they are absolutely dying to go. They can't wait.
Michael came over here earlier this year as well and asked that we would bring people back for the year of the gathering. So that was what was behind the idea of the trip this year. So Michael, we are responding to, we hope to see you over in Mayo.
Well, Minister Ring, I guarantee you will come and meet all those lovely ladies. And let me tell you, he will probably kiss all of them as well.
Oh well, good luck with that one.
And I'm delighted to be joined by a very well-known man, Mickey Cohen, of course, made famous by Seamus Moore's song. Mickey, you're a native of Tuam. Tell us a little bit about how you ended up here in Manchester.
I left Ireland in '49 with a tear in my eye, and I made my way to Manchester, and I found some work, and I haven't looked back since.
Now, you've been known as the Cobble Fighter. How did you get that name?
The Cobble Fighter, when I was young, the pavements were all cobbled. Nowadays it's blacktop, so that's where you got the name, the Cobbles. When they wanted me to scrap, they said on the cobbles. I boxed because I loved it. I done the cobbles because I loved it. I used to do the doors, and when I was young, there was the teddy boys and the skinheads, and they used to make a lot of noise, and I had a reputation, and I had to defend the reputation. So they said, right on the cobbles. So I was out a couple of times a night, and they were all good, but I was better.
Now, you're from Tuam, or near Tuam.
I come from Ballagloon in Tuam. It's not far from Knockmire. I come from a farmer, a family of 14. I'm one of the 7th son.
And would you have a cure then?
Oh, I think it's a KO job. I haven't found it yet.
And are you enjoying life here in Manchester?
I have a great life. I've got a good family. I've got my own family, my grandkids. I've never looked back. I've been contracting for 40 years. I'm retired now. A lot of mileage. There's a couple of rounds left yet.
Couple of rounds left yet. Mickey Cohen, lovely talking to you.
Thank you very much.
I've been living here now since 1979, and these two dogs are my life really. You know, we show them, you know, that they're two rough collies, and I walk them every day, and I have me hardly stick with me to keep everybody in order, you know. I was in London for about 5 years, and then I came up to Levenzoom, and I got married here in Levenzoom, and I have one daughter, and still settled here now, you know. I mean, I home is Tipperary, you know what I mean. Like, I love hurling, you know what I mean. I go to the moon to watch hurling. I find Manchester United a bit, but never come near hurling, you know what I mean. I respect, like, our next door neighbours, Kilkenny, you know, they're dominated at the moment, so which is a bit of a heartache, but nevertheless, we'll keep plugging on anyhow, you know.
Well, I've actually been here 55 years. I was born 300 yards away, and we run the Levenzoom Pub Company. We have 3 bars in Levenzoom, and we have 1 in Burnage. Community life in Levenzoom is fantastic. You know, we all mix together. There's no kind of segregation bits in Levenzoom. Like you've got Africans one area, you know, Irish another area, English another area. We all mix together, and we all get on really well together. You know, which we have to. We've got loads of ethnic minority groups in Levenzoom, and we all tend to try and work together.
I know as well, Lawrence, you're hugely involved in the Irish Festival. How important is that to Manchester?
Well, it's fantastically important. We tend to have lots of events in the smaller venues. It's not only about having the scripts on at the big arena. You know, we're into smaller events. You know, we've got got a local club in St Kensington's in Fallowfield, we've got the Chelsea Club, we've got the Irish World Heritage Centre, we've got the Horseshoe Pub here in Levenshulme, Fiddler's Green Pub in Levenshulme, Hennigan's, Union, M19. We all support each other.
We own the Horseshoe, which is just behind you there, Piers. We took over the Horseshoe Pub 2 years ago. The Horseshoe being a famous Mayo bar, and it is the official Mayo bar in Levenshulme now. So Lawrence Hennigan, if you're listening. Basically, we took over the pub 2 years ago, and things are going from strength to strength, really. We're involved in numerous events throughout Manchester, with the Levenshulme Festival, the Gathering Festival, the Irish Festival, which is coming, the launch night coming up pretty soon. So things are looking, things are looking up for us in a country that's in decline at the minute. So, we have to just get up every morning, open the doors and put on the special events every week with live music, etc. We have food available, we have all the sports available, so it's not like it was years ago, Pierce, where you open the door and they flooded through the doors. Now you have to get them in. Somehow we're working it, we're doing well.
Now 2013, as we all know, is a very significant year for Irish tourism, and I'm delighted to be joined by Tony Hennigan, who has been instrumental in developing links between Manchester and Mayo. Tony, 2013, it is a big year here in Manchester, and of course those links you're developing with Mayo.
Yeah, and indeed in County Levenshulme, where you are at present. We decided to do something to link Manchester and Mayo together, and we've come up with the idea of a Manchester Mayo gathering, which will take place in North Mayo from the 1st to the 9th of August in Attimas, Ballina, Swinford, Crossmolina, Bunnyconlon, and all the areas surrounding the areas of Ballina.
How important, Tony, is it to keep those links between Mayo and Manchester alive?
It's very important, especially for the gathering, to try and encourage people to go back to Mayo and other parts of Ireland for the gatherings that are taking place there. Mayo itself has 170 different gatherings taking place in County Mayo, and we want everyone to make full use of them.
I know you're a Attimas native, it means a lot, yeah?
It does indeed. My mother and father were born in the parish of Attimas, and we're doing a massive 9-day gathering in Attimas itself. We're launching it in the Father Painting Centre, and Mary Robinson is doing a dinner with us on the last day. So it's going to be a fantastic 9 days.
See, I have a whiskey and wines of the best, and the words that I spoke were only in jest, and it's no, they never know who I played the role with. Never know. Well, I played the role with. No, never.
Claire. The girl from Limerick. Sorry about that, Chuck. Oh my goodness, I used to have a car like this. And it died. And the third one. Snow White. Oh, it's Snow White at the time. But we didn't have many of those. He's here in spirit. Oh, he's that sort of fella. Oh, I know Michael well. I know him well. From Common Association. I know a great fellow from there called Seamus Shannon. I know Seamus Shannon. Not common. Oh, yes. More than the Common Association. Transport. Beats the hell out of the donkey in the car. Here comes. What is your message today? Everybody does a big cheer. Come on. Lovely. Once again. I've been traveling around the country since I got hello there. I can't read. If it's not in braille, I can't read it. Are you with these? Well, catch up with them. I'm going over here to talk to this little girl and you're just again.
If you hit one, you hit all three. And you've got the Irish flag there, which jumps into Ireland. The Mary Jane. That's a good remember that.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Hello, Kevin. You've got Kevin all the way there, folks.
Now, who are you representing? Just St. Patrick's Day. Hero. Not Tyrone. No Y in the Irish alphabet.
I want to thank the Lord Mayor for giving her time today. I want to thank the main Galway man himself, Peter Fahy, and his boss, Tony, for being here and making it all so special. Have a great day wherever you go, whether you stay here at O'Brien's Bar. Thank you all very much. Be safe, be merry, and be good. Thank you.
'twas early, all in the morning, when I hit the road for old Donegal. She sacrificed her, she cried and kissed me, and my heart remained with that going soul. She wore her jewels, your costly diamonds, no paint or powder, no, none at all. She wore her flowers with a red anointing, and around her shoulders was a golden star. And around her shoulders was a golden star. Oh, the summertime is coming, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountains high blows around that blooming heaven. Oh, yeah, when I see it go, and we'll all go together to the wild mountain side, from around that blooming heaven.
2013, live from the Dome here in the Kingdom. Right, Mr. Leahy, where are we off to?
Next up is the Manchester Rose. 25-year-old Marie McDermott, who is a student. Dad is from Elphin, County Roscommon. Mum from Tubbercurry and Sligo. And whenever Marie's back in Tubbercurry, they put her to work footing turf, apparently. Well, not in this dress, they don't. The Manchester Rose, Marie McDermott.
You have a great crowd here with you.
I do.
What do you have down here?
My mum and dad are down. Oh, there they are. Hi, mum and dad.
Hi, mum and dad.
I've got my 2 older brothers and my older sister. Some of my friends from Manchester, my cousins down from Elphin and Roscommon. Family friends down from Tubbercurry and County Sligo.
Yes.
And I'm sure there's lots watching in the Fiddler's Green in Manchester tonight, so hi to all.
So they're all watching as well. Now, Dad's from Roscommon.
Yes.
Whereabouts in Elphin?
Elphin.
And Mom then is in Sligo.
Yeah, she's from Tubbercurry in Sligo.
So you'd have come over here a lot when you were younger.
We did, yeah. We have a house in Sligo, so we spent all of our holidays in Ireland. We never went abroad, but we spent every 6 weeks of the summer in Ireland, every Christmas, Easter, and all the breaks in between. So half city girl, half country girl.
So, but were you put to work when you came here when you were younger?
Oh yes.
What type of stuff would you be doing?
Well, where to start? First, popping on the transport box onto the Massey Ferguson 135. Thanks, Dad, for showing me how to do that. And then off we'd go down to the bog to put the turf and then throw it into the trailer. Look, we were lucky to get a lot of good days. Pulling boholanes.
Boholan buoys. Yes.
That wasn't a nice job. That wasn't a job that I
Could you
enjoyed.
ever imagine the Manchester Rose going to the bog on a transport box of a Massey Ferguson 165?
Oh no, 135.
Oh, 135, excuse me.
Yeah.
And to go pulling Boholan buoys as well. So you've come a long way.
These hands look small, but they do a mighty job.
No, you're a student at the moment.
I am, yes. I'm in my final year of training to be a primary school teacher.
And would you like to teach in Manchester, around the area? Or would you like to come over here and work?
Well, I would actually like to come over to Ireland to work. I think I'd have to learn Irish first, which is something that I do plan on doing in the future because it's a beautiful language and it's part of my history. So yes, I plan on coming over at some stage in my life to teach over here.
Now, what's the obsession your parents have with the letter M? So there's your dad, Michael.
Michael.
Your mum.
Mary.
Mary. You're Marie. Who else?
There's my older brother Michael, then my older sister Michelle, and then along came Mark, but it got a little bit messy there. Mark came along and Dad wanted to call him Brendan.
Oh, seriously, out of character, Dad. What was up?
But Mum wanted to call him Mark. There was a bit of an argument in the McDermott household, but luckily Mum won over and Mark sat right down there now.
Does Mum win all these battles? There's no need to kind of tell everyone, well, you have to, it's your mother's the boss of the house.
Oh, she is.
Okay. No, Granny was a massive Rose of Tralee fan.
She was. Granny Brennan was a huge Rose of Tralee fan, and thanks to her, I think I'm stood on this stage today.
Because she was 103
yes.
when she died.
She did. Unfortunately, she died 2 years ago. She would have actually been 105 yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
So your mum actually moved in with her for a few years?
She did. When my granny was 99, she suffered a minor heart attack, and miraculously, she came through. She was such a tough, strong Irish woman. And my mum then took the brave decision to move over to Ireland and dedicated 4 years of her life, which, Mum, I can't thank you enough for. Honestly, you gave us Granny for an extra 4 years. Thank you.
So Mum went living with Granny, and you became the cook of the house.
I did. I became the lady of the house, and Dad's still down there, so he's still alive. It started off with microwave meals, but in the 4 years I worked up to gourmet meals. He had 3-course dinners by the end of it.
It's a wonder you didn't give him M&M ice cream or something, staying within the family.
Oh no, it was only Viennetta.
Oh, is that?
It had to be Viennetta.
Oh my God, Dad, you're very fancy altogether. Did they have that in Roscommon when you were growing up? Now, are you a fan of speed dating? Somebody knows this story down there.
I wouldn't exactly say a fan, I'd say an accidental participant.
Okay.
Well, this was a few years ago now. Me and my friend Louise, off we went out thinking, you know, we look the bee's knees. We thought we looked quite well.
We have Louise in the audience actually, so she can be blamed for this as well. No, yes, I wonder what Louise is up to. Yes, speed dating. Continue, excuse me.
So off we went into a bar, which was busier than normal. We were quite surprised, but we thought, hey, this is going to be a good night. This is our night. So Louise...
This is your night for what, by the way?
Just a night to have a good time.
Okay.
Tonight's going to be our night. I can't wink, by the way.
You can't wink.
No, everyone takes the mick out of me. I seem to move my whole head. Yeah, so off me and Louise went into this bar, which is busy. Louise heads to the bar and says, you find yourself a table and I'll get the drinks in. So off I sit down and a fellow comes over chatting to me and I think, oh, this is nice, like he's a nice fellow. And I'm chatting to him, being polite as ever. And then off he goes. The next thing, another man comes and sits down next to me. And I think, wow, I must have put the makeup on well tonight. Covered up. And then Louise walks over, the smile on her face, and he introduced her to the fellow that sat down beside me. And then a stern-looking woman comes over and looks at me and she says, you have not paid to be in this speed dating, you're not involved in this. And I was like, speed dating? I didn't even realise. Oh, so...
Can we see a picture of Louise again, then? Because I think she knew what she was up to all along.
She did. She did. She's got that mischievous streak in her.
And is that Carly who's next to her there as well?
That's Carly.
Yes, they're all over here supporting you. Now, you wrote a few lines for Granny.
I did,
okay,
yeah.
We want to hear this as well. This is the Granny who you were very, very close to.
Yes.
And who Mum moved into for about 4 years.
Yes.
Lovely. So away you go.
Okay, thank you. Dear Granny, I just want you to know how much we all care and how amazing it feels to know you're watching over me from up there. I imagine you smiling as you see me here standing next to Dahiyoshi.
Thank you.
And if you were in my place, I know just what you'd say. Get rid of that beard, will you? You look older than gay.
Oh, you can wink now.
Seriously, though, this was always our dream, Granny. You'll always be my rose. And as I stand on this stage today, it's you that I'm trying to live up to in every single way.
Ah, well done. Well done, Marie. Very good.
Oh, 'twas the truth in her eyes ever dawned that made me love Mary, the